hear the chain. Our official coming to grab the dog collar and the chain off the table. You hear the barking in the crowd here right now.
Which one of these competitors will be Fenris to break the chain?
And you hear the music of the greatest showman, Dax Anthony. And Bryce, this feud has been building for months and months.
That's
Young Mighty Joe and Dax Anthony.
You know, unfortunately, we got to see Dax Anthony in action. I just pray that Young Mighty Joe is 100% healed and ready to beat the dog feces out of Dax Anthony.
A man of scientific explanation is Bryce Cannon. I gotta say, seeing the actions of Dax dismantling Young Mighty Joe really, literally silenced me. And that takes a lot.
Making his way out to a chorus of boos here from this great Savannah crowd.
He says he's the greatest showman, but to whose standard?
Well, his own, apparently. And here's a man who's had it out with you for a long time here.
Which I had no clue as to why. I mean, I've done nothing to the guy.
He's wanted a piece of you, and of course, it all started after you got put on the injured list.
You wanted a piece of me at one time. You slapped me.
Okay, boys, Merry Christmas. Remember, this is the holidays.
It's a different universe. Let's focus on this match and this universe right here at CEW.
Yeah, look it up. This man slapped me one time.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, if Dax does 1/10 of what he did to Young Mighty Joe last time tonight, we're in for an absolute visceral feast of violence.
And you're right, Maestro, it was an absolutely brutal display just a couple of months ago where in front of this entire crowd, he beat Young Mighty Joe from pillar to post. It wasn't even a match.
It was absolute destruction.
Can we cut it and, like, get to the next guy? Come on.
I didn't know you had so much pull over the sound guy.
Well,
nice job, Bryce.
Are those sleigh bells?
No, buddy.
I think it's crickets.
Oh.
You know, like jungle sounds.
It's what Benefield hears when he tells a joke.
Oh.
I'm sitting right here. Oh, jeez. You hear the crowd grunting.
No, that's the audio.
Oh, it's the crowd. Well, they were.
That's crickets. Is there a friggin' werewolf in here?
Nope, that's Young Mighty Joe.
Young Mighty Joe looking like a wolf. Call him lycanthropy, 6 feet under fans out there. But Dax, you'll always know a tiger by his stripes, and you look at those tights and you know that man is capable of absolutely killing anything in his path.
Well, we said it earlier, the bad blood between these two has been brewing for many months, and now it's finally reached a boiling point as we enter into this dog collar match.
Very possible that some of Young Mighty Joe's bad blood is still on the floor here in the arena.
Our referee gonna have his hands full here as he's going to attach the dog collars to each competitor.
Chain him up, ref. Excuse me, sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Why was that loud?
I agree with that sentiment.
Now the collar being applied to the greatest showman, Dax Anthony. In the opposite corner, see Joe firing himself up. Crowd firmly behind Joe here tonight.
These
Joe
men have not
biting the ropes.
Has he been checked?
He's had to at least have a rabies shot, I would think.
The steel chain Connecting two men.
By the throat.
Oh, look out.
Here we go. Didn't even ring the bell yet.
Joe right on the attack before the bell even rang. There's the bell now. Snapmare takeover.
I love it. Dax Anthony caught off guard, getting some stiff shots to the forehead.
Chopping him down. Young Mighty Joe.
Elbow right to the heart.
Getting the just rewards of all of that punishment that he took.
That's right, Joe trying to get that pound of flesh.
Joe already using the chain, choking the life out of Dax Anthony.
That's what it's all about. Such a dangerous matchup. This kind of environment, a leg drop right across the throat where that chain was just choking Dax Anthony.
This match dating back to what, Benefield?
What's that?
Okay, you didn't do your research. Anywho.
Oh man, well you already know the answer. I want you to show the crowd what you know.
Within the last year, gentlemen.
There you go.
Oh,
Knee to the spine.
Rear chin lock with the knee right in the middle of the back, and now the clubbing forearms from Young Mighty Joe right to the chest.
Trying to
Dax
detach
Anthony.
his deltoid, if you will.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am just in a very jolly mood. Never mind.
Ho, ho, ho. This is your present, watching Dax be decimated by Young Mighty Joe. Pulling the chain forward, wait a minute.
Oh.
Is he gonna hit him with it?
I just noticed that Dax Anthony is on the back of Young Mighty Joe's shirt.
Oh, you're right.
I
What
know.
a stunning artist depiction.
Oh, heads up. Oh, man.
Shaking the ring.
And a big splash in the corner.
Notice the chain was in between both men.
That did not feel good.
Joe heading up top. Wait, what's Joe doing here?
This feral young man is eating the turnbuckle.
Shades of George the Animal Steel here as he rips off the turnbuckle with his teeth. What in the world? Oh, the distraction of the turnbuckle pad. And he just flattens Dax Anthony.
I'm still shocked that he ate the turnbuckle.
I cannot believe that Dax Anthony is going down like this. This is amazing.
Who eats a turnbuckle?
Young Mighty Joe.
And look at him pulling by the chain, by the neck, trying to pull
Literally
Dax Anthony.
strangling. Suffocation. Not just a good death metal band.
No.
Running drop kick with the chain connected to the foot, and now connected right to the teeth of Dax Anthony on the outside.
Watch out,
Connected to the
fans.
floor.
Fistful of chain right to the face, courtesy of Young Mighty Joe, and again choking Dax Anthony.
YMJ inflicting malice all over the face of Dax.
Oh! Face first right into the chain on the ring apron. And now the front row getting their money's worth here. A close-up view of this brutal dog collar match.
Front row getting that best view, as you said, B-Dubs. Oh, nice headbutt.
Notice Mighty Joe sending Dax Anthony's head to the apron. However, that chain's still getting in the way. This is amazing.
The amount of punishment is truly delicious.
Uh-oh. Looking for a shot into the ring post, but it gets blocked by Dax Anthony. Now a chop by Anthony to Young Mighty Joe. And there's another one. Now Joe down on the floor.
The ferocity waking up in Dax. The greatest showman now putting on a show for the front row.
He's using that shirt you mentioned. He's using it to choke out, and now the chain also choking out Young Mighty Joe.
This is a part of the match that we all did not want to see. When Dax Anthony gets in control, as much as I don't like him personally, he does whatever he wants with his opponents.
Right now
When
he's
in control.
strangling them in front of a bunch of strangers.
He's absolutely vicious here. And again, as I mentioned in that fatal four-way, there's no DQ in this type of environment. There's nothing the referee can do here.
Absolutely no disqualification. These two got a chain wrapped around their neck.
There's no DQ, but there is some AWE-SOME because it's awesome to see these two bludgeoning each other with a chain.
I was never one for spelling, so...
I spelled awesome.
Oh, okay.
What a vicious headbutt there as Joe's being wrapped in the chain here, all around the back. The back.
Yeah!
Wrapped in chain, that back, that spine right across the ring apron.
Demolishing the spinal column of YMJ. I love it.
Oh.
Dax pulling him back out into the Badlands, if you will. Oh!
Vicious back elbow from Dax Anthony.
driven into the back of YMJ's neck.
Joe back down on the floor one more time, struggling to get back up. The Let's Go Joe chants ringing out through the VFW as he tries to make his way back up, but another straight right hand from Dax.
Oh, to the top rope, or bottom rope, excuse me.
He might be a little bloodied there. It's hard to tell from our vantage point.
If he's not by now, it's impressive that he hasn't been.
The whiplash that he may have just suffered could be some of the most, like, or the worst side of damage that he could have through this match.
Yes,
Look what Dax Anthony's doing here. He's gone under the ropes, onto the other side of that ring post, and they're still connected by that chain here.
This is gonna be awesome.
He's pulling.
Young Mighty Joe stopping it with his foot.
Young Mighty Joe, those primate-like instincts.
Why Mighty Joe?
And it backfired. Now Dax Anthony goes face first into the post.
Some could say it front fire.
I love when Dax gets hurt this time of year.
Why did you all of a sudden have a different accent?
Hey, focus on the match.
Okay, my bad.
And again into the ring post goes Anthony. And now a clubbing blow right to the spine from Young Mighty Joe. Now Joe back on the right side of the ring.
His forehead is being demolished.
And they got to watch out. The front row needs to watch out for that chain. Pieces of that chain are flying around. And now the body shots here from Young Mighty Joe. Headbutt.
His entire body has become a weapon.
Dax Anthony tried to slither away.
Both men
prowl away. He's got on tiger pants.
Knocked a little loopy there as Anthony back in the ring and Joe not far behind.
Both of these men are ready to demolish each other, and that's what makes this so much fun to watch.
Dax Anthony pulling that chain.
Ooh, stiff kick right to the midsection. Joe gonna get sent across. Off the ropes into a side suplex. And Joe planted. Spine first, right in the pine.
Absolute enmity in that side. One.
Pin attempt here.
Two. No.
I know I keep saying it, but this match is dangerous than your normal singles competition. That sidewalk slam hurts enough, but when that chain gets under your back as you're getting slammed to the mat, the pain is 10 times worse.
Right. Goodness forbid you land on a nerve. Oh, Joe falling out of the ring. He caught himself. Look at that. Look at his prehensile extremities.
Uh-oh. Barely hanging on with that toe on the top rope as he's trying to hang on for dear life.
I guess he woke up on the good foot.
And what is Anthony trying to do here? Trying to whip him with,
no! He hit him in the lower region or whatever you said.
Oh, the chain in a very precarious position there.
I hate getting hit in the precarious position.
Oh, man.
What did we just witness?
Yeah.
Sterilization, possibly.
Joe's not going to be sitting right for weeks. Man, oh, man. And now Anthony going to go to the outside.
You sound like a man who knows what he's
with
talking about.
More bad intentions on his mind. Just call the match price. Now Dax Anthony with a fistful of chain.
You're right. What you do in your spare time is none of my business.
Focus.
Dax has got a fistful of evil intent right to the face of Young Mighty Joe.
Ooh.
That's gotta just...
The chain meant to keep the guys together. Dax using it. Oh. Young Mighty Joe fighting back.
Somehow, some way, Joe able to fight back. I don't even know how he's got any wits about him after those shots with the chain right to the forehead.
Because he's feral. Do you see
out.
this kid? He's absolutely feral.
He pulled Anthony in with the chain and met him with that drop kick.
YMJ showing us the law of the jungle. Only the strong will survive.
And now Young Mighty Joe looks to be wrapping his leg, perhaps, with this chain.
Oh.
But Anthony.
Stiff kick.
Trying to fight him off.
Where'd he catch him, in the eyeball?
Not quite sure.
Both men making their way back up to their feet. Anthony now with the advantage. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he caught himself. Wait a minute.
Oh, shades.
The
man,
tree of woe.
Dax Anthony just swinging Joe like a pendulum with his head bouncing off the bottom turnbuckle pad.
Joe lifeless after those moves from Dax Anthony.
Shades of Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Is that right?
Yes. The sleeping bag, remember?
No.
Anyway, back to the match. Speaking of murdering people, Dax is getting back in the ring,
What
ready to...
what did he just grab? Is that a knife?
Awesome! He's got a knife!
Those are clippers.
A clipper?
Oh, he's got clippers.
Got clippers.
Awesome, he's got clippers!
Is he taking the turnbuckle pad off?
You have to forgive me, Bryce. My monitor went out. Couldn't see what it was.
The ring's right in front of us.
Look directly to your left. The exposed turnbuckle, the steel ring of shame.
Uh-oh.
Ah, he's gonna smash his face in it, I know it.
Settle down, Maestro. Settle down.
I'm sitting down.
Settle down.
Dax Anthony wrapping the chain around young Mighty Joe's head.
A crown of misery, if you will.
He's got it around his face, around his mouth, around his neck.
Can you imagine a chain pulling against your teeth? That's just horrible.
How much more punishment can young Mighty Joe take?
We're looking at the answer to that question, B-Dub.
The crowd getting behind young Mighty Joe.
You see him trying to pull the chain off of his head, but Anthony has it wrapped so tightly.
Unfortunately for the crowd, I'm not sure what young Mighty Joe can do in this situation.
Uh-oh.
Suffer!
Don't do it.
Oh! That was incredible!
Young Mighty Joe's skull just met the exposed turnbuckle.
Young Mighty Joe rolling to the outside, trying to unwrap that chain from around his head.
Ear bleeding is happening.
Look, Dax Anthony getting a little too cocky here, taking his elbow pads off.
As a great man once said, YMJ is experiencing swelling of the fluid sac surrounding the brain.
Brian Brock checking on young Mighty Joe. Young Mighty Joe may not be able to continue.
He says he's a dead man.
Referee Brian Brock putting on some gloves. Is young Mighty Joe busted
open? I see some blood,
Oh, look at
guys.
that blood!
I see some blood.
Oh, it is all over his face and his hair and the floor probably. Now it's all over the mat.
This is getting uncomfortable, folks.
Shades of the earlier meeting between these two gentlemen, if you could call them gentlemen. He's punching him in the wound, boys. He's punching him in the blood.
Joe was trying to fight back momentarily, but I don't know how much gas he has left in the tank at this point.
His gas is leaking out, if so to speak.
The crowd still trying to will him on in this matchup. Into the ropes he goes. Oh! Huge cross body.
1, 2. Oh,
man. And Joe almost shocked the world there with a
to the
penitent.
crowd's delight.
Man, oh man.
None of us thought that could happen, but somehow YMJ dug deep. We got the fans howling, grunting, what would you say?
Yeah, grunting. Oh, he misses with a wild clothesline. Uh-oh.
Thunder bomb onto the chain.
That's got to be it.
2.
No! Somehow, young Mighty Joe, after that blue thunder bomb onto the chain, able to
Maji
kick out.
there! Are you kidding me?
This is unreal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable fortitude here from young Mighty Joe.
Dax
Swinging
Anthony
wildly.
getting in the face of Brian. Oh, that's Brian.
He's got to be careful here. Oh, wait a second.
1, 2, no!
Oh,
Brian Brock getting a little frustrated there. Pushing Dax Anthony on top of Mighty Joe.
might have been a bit of a fast count there, and I got to be honest.
Guys, let's take it back a little bit. Brian Brock is the referee that counted the pinfall for Dax Anthony's losing to young Mighty Joe's victory over Dax Anthony.
That's right.
Dax Anthony blames Brian Brock for his foot being under the rope. Dax Anthony blames Brian Brock for not having his undefeated streak intact right now.
Mighty Joe fighting from his knees
Oh,
here.
a punch to the lower. Oh, a punch to the gut. Just punches everywhere. That's where they should be, by the way.
Right to the gut.
Oh, to the gut.
And now that exposed turnbuckle comes back to bite Anthony right in the spine. Mighty Joe now heading up top.
To the exposed turnbuckle.
All the way up to the high rent district. Chain still attached, heads up.
Oh!
The chain
Knee to
right
the face.
Yeah, the chain connected too as well, right to the forehead of Dax Anthony.
That may have hurt Young Mighty Joe more than it hurt Dax Anthony.
Can he capitalize? Can he capitalize here? He's wrapping the leg once again.
You're gonna destroy your seat. Oh, sorry, Bryce. I didn't mean that. He's gonna destroy his kneecap. Is that better?
Kind of.
Okay. Your kneecap's gonna get destroyed.
Wait a second. Anthony pulling the chain, trying to pull Joe back down. He does, back down to the canvas.
Squeezing the calf.
Both men just struggling here.
Look at the ferocity between these two people.
Headbutt from Young Mighty Joe.
These two humans. I mean, Joe is a human. He's a feral jungle beast, but he's a human.
Not that I had little faith in Young Mighty Joe, but Young Mighty Joe has put Dax Anthony in a position that, quite frankly, I did not think that we were going to see. After the heinous attack that Dax Anthony did on Young Mighty Joe, leaving him lifeless beside the ring, I didn't think Young Mighty Joe had much of a chance. But this is proving the will and the integrity and the strength of Young Mighty Joe.
They say iron sharpens iron. Perhaps that was the greatest lesson that he could have ever learned, was taking that defeat from Dax.
You saw Dax Anthony give the...
It's not even a headbutt, he's using that chain.
That's brilliant. That's devious, but brilliant.
And right before that, the referee checked on Anthony and gave him the one-finger salute. He wanted no assistance from the referee, and now using the chain once again to strangle Young Mighty Joe.
Dax Anthony is infatuated with wrapping this chain around Young Mighty Joe, whether it's his head, whether it's his neck.
I mean, that is a good way to win a fight.
Uh-oh, up on the shoulders, fireman's carry position. TKO! TKO with the chain.
Good night.
With the chain, will it be enough?
2, 3. What?
Uh-oh.
2, 3.
And our official was reluctant to count to 3, but he had no choice.
Brian Brock not wanting to count. I'm speechless.
That was insanity. I feel like I watched a prison riot.
Just when you thought Young Mighty Joe was gonna pull out a miracle, it wasn't meant to be here tonight.
He did pull out a miracle. He survived.
And the referee very reluctantly making that 3 count, and then very reluctantly raising the hand of Dax Anthony.
It's official. Christmas is over. The miracles aren't going to happen.
No, it's not.
And
it's still going on.
Man. But our official checking on Young Mighty Joe, and we might need some medical help out here.
I'd say that's a safe bet, B-Dub.
The fans sit tight because you know what's coming up next.